Okay, so I want to do a quick video on a camper thermostat replacement. Reason I'm doing this, as with all my other videos, because there's several confusing videos online. So I wanted to clarify a few things. So I'm going to be replacing the top Duo-Therm, which I've already actually done, with this Honeywell Home thermostat. It's a cheap, it was a, inexpensive, I should say, thermostat from Home Depot. Costs about 20 bucks. And it is compatible with this switchover. The biggest thing that I found online is where the wires go. Stand by and I'll tell you exactly what goes where. Again, we're replacing this Duo-Therm by Dometic, I think that's how you say that, with this Honeywell thermostat I bought from Home Depot. Biggest thing right here, know your wire colors, okay? So the reason I made this video is because that 7.5 volts, that's your power, and then you have on the far right is your ground. Several videos a little confusing or not stating exactly where these things go. The other thing too is you have a high fan and then you have a regular fan. Again, videos don't show where these are going. Now, one thing I will say, your wiring colors might be different. One thing I found out from working on campers is that seems like manufacturers throw in whatever wires they have laying around. If they happen to have the correct wires, like this, with the colors that somewhat correspond with what I'm going to show you in a minute, great. But a lot of them do not. So just know what these are, and then what I'm going to show you next is where they match up with this Honeywell. Okay? So, coming over here to where it's mounted on the wall. Come in as close as I can. The R in your RC is where your ground goes, not where your power goes. So in my RV or camper, this is a grounded system. I'm not going to get into that whole thing, but it works off of ground, not power. The thermostat that I'm replacing uses that power to apparently, my understanding is power the thermostat. This thermostat is with a battery, so we don't have to use that power. So there it is. The red wire was my power. So again, black will go to R, which is jumped, and RC, leave the jumper in. The white wire on mine, again, make sure your wires colors correspond. Let me grab my thing here. Hold on, sorry about that. Okay, so the white, which on my old one is a furnace, right? Which is your W. Furnace heat is W. Y is always cooling, which is why my yellow wire, which came from my cooling wire on the old one, goes to the Y. And then I have my two fans. So this is another thing that's maybe a little confusing. G is your fan. Both my blue and my orange wire are going to that. Now what that's going to do is that's going to have the fan run on high all the time. I'm going to at some point put an extra switch on the outside so I can switch between high and low, but for now, by putting those two wires together, no matter what calls, the fans will be going. It'll be going, but it'll be running on high for the AC. So, blue and orange, the G, which is fan, Y, which is your cooling, is for my yellow, W, white, heat, RC, black. Again, make sure your wires, colors correspond with what you have here. Let's do that. Make sure that matches there. Okay, so hopefully that clarifies, and you can get this thing wired up. Good luck.